Well, he's been making news for weeks on end and well beyond just weeks. He's been challenging COVID-19 mandates for a year and a half now. I think it was the summer of 2020 when he filed a lawsuit on behalf of then State Representative Darren Bailey, who's now a state senator, vying for the Republican nomination for governor, and attorney Thomas DeVore crafting that lawsuit, and he's also filing lawsuits on behalf of parents, getting temporary restraining orders against COVID-19 mask and vaccine mandates in schools. And he made an announcement yesterday, and he joins us on the WMAY morning news feed to talk about that announcement. It's now 6:53. I'm Greg Bishop. Follow along, Bishop on Air, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and you can also email bishoponair@gmail.com. Tom, overnight, got a lot of emails. I was technically off from my reporting duties yesterday because of the President's Day holiday, but I got plenty of messages from people on social media and email that you made an announcement yesterday. Go ahead and tell us what that announcement was. Good morning.
Well, Greg, I was going to wait formally until Monday, the 28th, where we're going to be in Springfield at an event because the signature gathering is a short time frame. So I went ahead last night and let people know that we had made the decision that I'm going to run for Attorney General in this upcoming election.
So, Attorney General for the state of Illinois currently is Democrat Kwame Raoul, a former state senator. He's also an attorney, but you got to get through a primary, Tom. We've got Steve Kim, who is on this slate of candidates that have all kind of solidified, possibly getting some big dollars from some big donors. What does the GOP primary look like?
Well, again, you have Mr. Kim, who I think is running for the second or third time for a state office. And again, I wish him the best of luck. And then there's another gentleman, David, I think Shatokas, that's also running. And, you know, the people will choose. They have a clear understanding of what I'm all about. And so they decide in the primary who they think would be best suited to represent the Republican Party in this campaign, and then also in the election in the fall.
So we're talking with Tom DeVore. He is announcing that he's running for Attorney General. The website's already up, tomdevore.com. Again, Tom, I got plenty of people messaging me overnight, telling me about the website, telling me about your announcement. And you've got the history here from the past year and a half of challenging the governor's COVID-19 vaccine mandates, with the most recent one having success in the Sangamon County Circuit Court, with the appellate court calling the governor's appeal moot. You'd recently talked at an event with Charlie Kirk up north about a grand jury of sorts and holding some people accountable for what you said were some crimes committed here or some harms that have been done. Especially
harms
to children.
Is a better word.
Yeah, harms. Talk a bit about that, the harms that you're seeing, and what kind of remedies there would be if, for instance, Tom DeVore was the Attorney General.
Well, again, ultimately, as I've always said, Greg, I think that the people need to make those decisions, and that's what I was talking about, the grand jury. And I think from every level of government, all the way at the top, all the way down to the lower levels, I think, because I've been in the trenches, I think I have seen official misconduct. I think I've seen criminal intimidation. I think I've seen a lot of those things that could arguably be found against certain government officials. And who else but the grand jury, the people, to decide whether or not those claims have merit. So if I was Attorney General, one of the first things I would do is have a team that looked at all of those and send in front of the grand jury to decide whether or not those harms need to be subject to redress of the people. I think that's important.
So we'll see how that progresses. And of course, we'll be watching for any debates that there may be for the primary, let alone if you advance out of the primary and ultimately what kind of debates there may be with the sitting Attorney General, the incumbent Kwame Raoul. But Tom, you're already in some kind of debates with the Attorney General's office in these ongoing lawsuits. And you've got other parents that are looking to sue and so on. What's your role going to be moving forward with those lawsuits? Are you still going to be leading those and filing the briefs on behalf of these plaintiffs?
100%. I would never let them go. Those are, that's the most important thing to me, Greg. As I said last night, making sure that these types of matters are addressed in the short term and then also making sure that it never happens again in the long term is the reason that I'm running for Attorney General. It's not about me. I come to the conclusion that I don't have a choice but to at least make myself available if people want me. And again, the long-term goal would be to make sure that what we've accomplished in the short term is solidified into the future. So yes, I will absolutely keep those cases going. And we're talking about other types of cases. I mean, I've got a hearing this morning, Greg, in Bond County, Illinois, as it relates to Speaker Welsh, kicking House of Representative members off the floor because they're not quarantining with a mask. I mean, those types of things, I'm just utterly amazed at how those can continue to happen in our state.
We're talking with Attorney Thomas DeVore. Tom, some people may say that there's going to be a conflict with you running these cases while also running as an Attorney General candidate. What would be your response?
There's no such conflict. A conflict of what? I'm still a licensed attorney running for an elected office. There's no conflict. I don't even know. That doesn't even make sense to me how they could possibly rationalize something like that.
And I'm just anticipating some of the criticism that could come your way because this is a pretty fresh announcement. And we're talking with Tom DeVore. Tom, just about a minute here. Of course, the website you have already is tomdevore.com. If people want to follow along, how can they do so beyond that website?
Well, again, they can follow along at tomdevore.com. I mean, I've already got, I don't know how many tens of thousands of people that follow what we do on Facebook. We've got an Instagram account. And again, they can keep track of what we're doing.
Tom DeVore, it's not going to be the last time we talk to you. As I said last week, it's like, I'm having you on every other day because, well, you keep making news. So I appreciate you taking the time on short notice this morning. And we'll definitely be talking again in the near future. All right. Be safe out there.
Thank you. Take care.
It is the WMAY morning news feed now at 7 o'clock. And coming up, we will talk with